Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we'll be taking a look at Simic Birthing Ritual deck in Thomas format. So last time I took a look at this deck, we were winning games left and right with the Harbinger of Seas because the Birthing Ritual was able to just get right into the Harbinger of Seas. And it was just so broken because if you sacrifice our 2-mana cards, we have a Philology Archaeologist and Thundertrap Trainer, and we also have the one copy of a Fibblethip the Lost as well that you can sacrifice into a Harbinger of Seas. And if they don't expect it, you could just win the game outright because the sacrifice from the Birthing Ritual into Harbinger of Seas, there is no time for them to actually react to this unless they expect it. And at the same time, even if they do have a removal spell, we do have 4 copies of Flare of Denial, which you can use to counter whatever their removal spell they used it on the Harbinger if they did float the mana, which is kind of rare, but it does happen if they expect it. So that's why this interaction is so broken. But now, since we got strip mines as well, we have some more options to actually make this even better, because let's say they grabbed a basic onto the battlefield because they want to avoid getting Harbinger of the Seas. Well, the thing is, now that we have strip mine, you can also play the strip mine and blow up their basics if they do pre-fetch before Birthing Ritual happens, and then you strip mine the basics and then Birthing Ritual happens into Harbinger of Seas, and that will basically lock your opponent out from playing the game. And the other addition to the deck is the Quantum Riddler, because it does have a very nice synergy with the Birthing Ritual. So unironically, because our deck doesn't have that many non-creature spells, Quantum Riddler is actually going to be better to cast if you actually knew if the Birthing Ritual will give you a card out of it. But because we don't actually know if the Birthing Ritual will hit, that's why we only play 2 copies of Quantum Riddler. And at the same time, if you flashed in a Subtlety at the end of the turn, from a Birthing Ritual, you can also get a Quantum Riddler, which is actually pretty cool. So, hang set, I'm gonna be hopping over to some Thomas Versus 3 to show you guys how that does. So, let's hop on over. Alright, we're gonna be checking out this deck today. So we actually took a look at this deck last time, like maybe a month or 2 ago. But obviously, we're adding some new stuff here. So, we'll see how this one does. A human. A human deck. Maybe I should have played a Chromox. Meddling Mage. Okay, Birthing Ritual. I think because I'm going to be running out the Harbinger here, the Birthing Ritual is probably going to be useless, in my opinion. So I believe opponent's probably going to name Show and Tell because they see Breeding Pool, and then we just brainstormed. Yep, there it is. There it is. Now, what opponent doesn't realize... Oh, I could have just played Forest. What am I doing? So we go with the Harbinger. Now, they had no idea that we were gonna play Harbinger there. Not the slightest idea. So opponent has a Swamp. Play this out. Play the Harbinger. So opponent could have an Orcish Bowmaster. I think I'm just gonna pass with a Brainstorm. So there's 2 cards in the yard. If I play this, that'll be 4 cards, and the Brainstorm, that'll be 5. Alright. I feel like opponent has a Bowmaster, by the way. Oh, that's really good. I think that actually might be over. So we're gonna sacrifice you. Mill some cards for the Abhorrent Oculus. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we actually don't get back anything. Because we want to be able to just cast this Abhorrent Oculus here, right? I think this first game is pretty important, but obviously our future games against this deck, I think the humans deck could have some edge. Triple tip. This could be risky if opponent has a Bowmaster, but let's see it. Let's see if they have Bowmaster. Okay, they don't. So the funny thing about the Fibble Tip is if you get it out with the Birthing Ritual, you actually draw 2 cards, which is kind of funny. But like it was an unnecessary risk to have the Fibble Tip up, but I just thought it was funny. And they can only play one Orcish Bowmaster, so at the very least they can only kill one Harbinger there with the Bowmaster, since they only have Swamp here. Attack. So we do see a Subtlety, and we can potentially upgrade it to Quantum Riddler later, but I think it's just better to probably just mill, play another Abhorrent Oculus. Oh, wow. Insane? Insane. Boop. Okay, we go to next game. So, we're playing against humans. I'm gonna have some Dismember instead of a Spell Pierce. I'm gonna want some Stern Scoldings as well. Also, hopefully my mouse click isn't like too loud. I guess I can use the other mouse. Hold up. Yeah, this one's definitely quieter. So Subtlety... Is it crazy to just not play Brainstorm? I mean, the thing is, this deck we're actually playing a lot of lands compared to last time. We're playing 24. What if we just don't play Brainstorm? Is that crazy? I mean, I guess I can cut like Flare. Yeah, I think I might just go down on like 2 copies of Brainstorm because this deck really has hard time dealing with like an Orcish Bowmaster that's resolved on battlefield because we're Simic. Alright. Definitely not the best looking hand, I must say. But we got some stuff. We got Strip Mine, Stern Scolding, and Brazen Borrower. I don't think that's too bad. Human. Okay, we got Dismember. I think it's probably better to go Stern Scolding here. Or Dismember. So, even if a 3-mana card comes out, we can Dismember. This Strip Mine isn't becoming very good, is it? Right, I'm just going to Stern Scolding that. Yeah, this strip mine is definitely not very good at the moment. I wonder if I don't think, I think we just get a green source, a forest here. Extraction specialist. That is pretty annoying. Non-creature. Hmm. Well. Ooh. Yeah, we can Brazen Bee that later. See what I can find. Bunch of strip mines. Hmm. Honestly, not looking good. Right, not looking good. I think I'm gonna go with the Philology Archaeologist here. Okay. As a blocker. And I do have a Subtlety here, which isn't too bad. They don't really have a good attack, honestly. Wow. I'm actually surprised they attacked there. Another Extraction Specialist. That's pretty good. No wonder they did it. I think I have to Subtlety this. Stern Scolding. That's actually really good. So I think I'm gonna play this as a tap land. Because I'm, you know, a little bit low. Oh my god. What do I do? Okay, what do I do here? I shouldn't have done that. What could I possibly get? Oculus would be the best thing I can get here. Come on. No Oculus. No Oculus, but we have a Subtlety to block the Kite Sail Freebooter. Ah, it's just so unfortunate we didn't get it. But man, that would have been sick. I messed up. I should have just gone. I mean, I didn't know I was gonna draw Birthing Ritual, but yeah, if I shocked, I go to 4. Wait, is that even good? Hold up. Would that have changed anything, actually? Okay, that's actually a pretty good card that we drew. Get rid of that. Play Harbinger. Ooh, we got Quantum Riddler. Okay, is it Abhorrent Oculus or Quantum Riddler? I think I'm gonna go with the Quantum Riddler here. And we got Stern Scolding. Perfect. I think we got this. 2 cards. Perfect. I mean, it has to be just subtlety here, right? I think, yeah, it has to be subtlety. So sink into stupor on the Vanguard. I don't think that's worth it. Okay, now we have double blockers. We also have a sink into stupor. Attack. I think I believe in a Oculus with the ritual. Perfect. Infinite flyers. Dismember. Okay. Attack, attack. Play the Oculus. Thunder Trap. We win next turn anyways. Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty sure this is over. They get the Kite Cell Freebooter out. Yeah. GG's. Alright. I think it's keepable. I don't know. Since we're going first, you know. I don't think it's too bad of a hand. Ooh, maybe not. Interesting. Witch Enchanter. A Strip Mine. I guess it's still a land that we want to keep. Oh, that's unlucky. That, however, pretty good. No, don't blow the strip mine. Don't blow up our lands. I needed that. Oh my god. They're really trying to stop our third land so badly. Well, there it is. Oh my god. That's so good. Mockingbird. What the... Mockingbird. Why can't I transform? You may turn it face up for its mana cost. Oh, you actually have to pay your mana cost. I mean, I could trade. Maybe I'm gonna trade. So it looks like they have a bunch of like Favna cards stuck in their hand. So I kind of had to do it this way because I couldn't play the strip mine first. Could I have actually? I wonder if I actually could have played the strip mine first. Why are they attacking? So it was an Osla Pride. So we have another Oculus coming out here. So because they don't have double white, they can't transform the Famna cards into a creature. So I think I'm just okay with just doing this. Ephemerate. Interesting. Quantum Riddler. We're getting some pretty bad hits here. So opponent found the plains. We might actually lose this one. Funny enough. Thunder Trap. Brainstorm. Very nice. Do I want to attack here? Trade one of those. The thing is, I guess I can't really attack because they have 2 flyers as well. Subtlety. No. We need to get some abhorrent oculuses so like we can like start attacking. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So we can maybe start attacking? The thing is, even if I sink into Stupor, they can just play it again, you know? I mean, I guess I can flare up Denial. Sure. It's really difficult to attack. I need more abhorrent Oculuses. Sure. Man. 22 cards remaining. Yeah, I mean, we might actually lose this one, unfortunately. So they're gonna sacrifice the Felia. Bounce that. Yeah, I think we lost. Hmm. Chrome Mox. That's not really gonna do it. Bum bum bum. Yeah, the thing is, like, I wish we found more abhorrent Oculuses a little bit faster, right? It's just nowhere to be seen. Man, okay, I think we lost. Yeah, I think we lost here. So, the problem with this game is that opponent plays a lot of, like, I believe this deck plays, maybe, like, 3 planes? And the fact that they have a Chrome Mox to get back with a Shepherd, but the biggest one was actually the fact that they had a Mockingbird to copy the Abhorrent Oculus, and they were able to bypass a lot of the Harbinger shenanigans at the start. I think that's where it all went downhill from there. And our two Oculus were at the bottom 15, which didn't help our case either. Yeah, which didn't help our case either. Bum bum bum. Yeah, Spell Pierce is useless. I think maybe cutting a Flare of Denial is not bad. Not a bad idea. I'm gonna cut Fibblethip. Let's go with this. Okay, Birthing Ritual is kind of hot. That's about it, though. Okay, that's really good. I'll grab another Chrome Mox here. Since we can go into either Oculus or Birthing Ritual here. So this is Felia. I do have a subtlety for that. Okay, they're gonna swords. Sure. I do think they have a Felia though. The swords is actually kind of annoying because it didn't go to the graveyard. If I subtlety, I have 5 cards in the yard. Now, if I can draw... Okay, that's pretty good. Brainstorm. Funny thing, if I actually had another land here, I could have Brainstorm, put this on top, and then guarantee my Oculus, but... actually don't have that. So Oculus comes out. Sheffer comes out. So they're gonna grab, oh, they went for a plane. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we have a Flare of Denial. That's pretty good. Quantum Riddler. So I want to play this turn. Or this. I guess I'm just playing this card out. No. I have to put the Oculus on top, right? Because of the Riddler. And then I'm gonna attack. Attack. Grab Oculus. We probably have to sacrifice the, one of our Oculus here. So they went with the also Pride. Is that okay? Okay, so I think we have a pretty good shot at this this game this time. Bum bum bum. I don't think we can attack here. Got another Oculus here. Maybe I could have actually attacked with these creatures. Oh, what a draw. Okay, opponent's actually kind of cheating. That was an insane draw. Right. GG's. Yeah, that was a good game. I don't think it's a bad hand because we have a subtlety. Quantum Riddler. That's kind of unlucky. Stock up. I think I just need to play this out. And just, Actually, should I go for Harbinger here? Ritual. I feel like the Oculus would be the, the fastest thing we can do. Winning as fast as possible. But... I don't know. It's just that their deck has a bunch of... I don't know. I'm gonna try this out. Maybe turning off like Ancient Tomb is like decent. I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. Spell Pierce, Surgical, Disruptor Flutes, Subtlety out, Riddler out, Borrower in. I'm gonna try this. Okay, these are good. We also have a Strip Mine, so... maybe this is gonna work out. We do need a counter spell for opponent though, or flute. I'll play the Thunder Trap Trainer. The best card we can get is a Flare of Denial here. So this actually might mean that they don't have a swords. Because if they're if they think that we have Flare of Denial, they would have used the swords there, in my opinion. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, strip mine the Ancient Tomb. Then play out the Birthing Ritual. Attack. I could Chrome Mox the Abhorrent Oculus. No. Okay, Harbinger. Perfect. So we can buy some turns with the Sink into Stupor. Obviously, if they have like land, it's pretty bad for us. Not looking so hot. Maybe I should have actually sacrificed this to get another Harbinger down, just to fill up the graveyard a little bit with the Oculus in my hand. Maybe that was a misplay. Actually. So if I get an Oculus, I have exact lethal. So I think I'm just gonna pass here with the Sink to Stupor up. Okay, that's most unfortunate. We do know that opponent doesn't have a show and tell in hand though. Otherwise, it would have come out last turn. We didn't even draw a counterspell this game, so hopefully, if we win this one in the next game, hopefully we get some like spell pierces and flare of denials for the first time. You know. All right. Still nothing, huh? But we should have this. Stock up, short. All right, we go to next game. We're really bad at drawing counter spells, huh? Yeah, we are. I mean, this could potentially get a counter spell. I mean, like, it's not like we have... Okay, we want to keep that probably. The thing is, like, our deck does have pretty good number of, like, cards against a show and tell. Like, we have 3 Spell Pierces, 3 Disruptor Flutes, and 4 Flare of Denials. It's just like, we just haven't been trying them, which is like, what's going on here, you know? So we probably want to play this Chrome Mox in case they show and tell, so I can put a land down and then Brazen Bee, potentially. Obviously, our situation is not very good. Like, it's actually pretty terrible. Yeah. Yeah, all 3 matches, we just can't find interactions at all. How sad. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's not too bad. Confounding Conundrum. Veil of Summer. They didn't find another show and tell though. Oh, they did. Never mind. They didn't find Omniscience. So at the very least, that's really good for us. But because they have a Veil of Summer... Wow, they have it again. I'll say this doesn't look too good. Because now they have a Commandeer as well. Pretty bad. I'm just gonna play this out. I'm not even gonna leave up. Okay, so Harbinger was actually a pretty good find here, maybe? Because then they can't Veil of Summer. But actually might be a Abhorrent Oculus. That's good. Because I need to block this up Aatroxa like ASAP. That Commandeer is actually so good for them, by the way. Oh, they have enough mana, actually. That's kind of crazy. Alright, I think we lost this one. Pretty close, though. Right? Pretty close, like, despite not having a counterspell, like, once. Right? Pretty close. Yeah, I would say pretty close. The thing is, wow. The thing is, they have a Sublime Epiphany, so... What do I even do at this point? They can just hardcast this, you know? And they can just hardcast this over and over again because of this. Might be a wrap. Yeah. I tried. Wow. Short. Brainstorm into a Harbinger. Doesn't sound too bad. It's not like I'm doing anything here. But then they're just going to grab... I don't know. I'm not even sure if this is even good. Like, especially if this is like a show and tell, right? And considering that we only have lands, not even sure if this is good. Yeah, this is show and tell, so not looking too hot. Oh man. It's a lot of lands, like. So we basically have to draw either a Sink to Stupor or a Flare of Denial here. Man, so close. I just couldn't find anything. I mean, we can potentially still find something with this. So this is 2 cards. This is looking at 4 cards deep. Come on. Oh. Just kill me. That was an insane desert. Right? That was an insane desert. Man. We lose. Man, every time I play against like a show and tell deck, we just cannot play the game. We just cannot play the game. I feel like this deck is like so close. I don't know, it's just so close, but every time we're just like slightly bit short. Ever so slightly bit short. I don't know how to fix that. Alright, 3 Spell Pierces, 4 Flare of Denials, 3 Disruptor Flutes, and a Surgical. Like, we're always almost there, but we just can't finish the line. Okay, first time seeing a Flare of Denial. Wow. What a marvel. It is actually insane, right? It's actually kind of insane. Abhorrent Oculus is just gonna be way too slow right now. Well... maybe? I mean, the fact that the surgical information is out, it just means that they're just going to hold on to show and tell forever. until they can actually win. Right, I mean, I don't think it's like going too bad right now. Let's go with this in case we draw a birthing ritual. Okay. Another Flare of Denial. Fantastic. Finally, we get to actually play the game a little bit, you know? It is a bit slow, though. I think I'm just going to put it back. Sure. Okay. Can we do that again? Can we do that again? Let's find out. We do have a Disruptor Flute, though. Maybe? Definitely a bit slow, though. Maybe this was a mulligan. I don't know. So we do have a Flare of Denial and a Spell Pierce, which is pretty good. I do want to keep the Surgical at the moment. Man, that's a lot of cards that I want to keep. So I probably want to Chrome Mox the Sink into Stupor, right? I probably want to Disruptor Flute. Oh my god, I'm getting brain overloaded. I'm getting overloaded here. I mean, to be fair... Alright, so I'm going to Disruptor Flute now into a Show and Tell. Or should I call Mana Drain? Because it does seem like they have a Mana Drain. And then... Oh, no. So Mana Drain is currently 5 mana. right? So maybe I go Harbinger here? So play the Harbinger. They have swords. I can't stop this. Darn. They got me. They got me good. They got me good. I might actually surgical the waterlog teaching maybe? Okay. So this dig through time currently is what? Interesting. I'm guessing the last card is a swords then? Ah. Disaster. Disaster. I mean, I have to let this go, right? Yeah, I gotta let that go. Oh my god. Did we win? Oh my god. Okay, so this deck was interestingly not as good as I thought. Granted, I do feel like a lot of the games, the matches were like super close. Like we were just like barely about to win, but we just could not close it out. I think had we just drawn like a slightly better, we might have actually won some of the games that we lost today. That could just be because like the card quality compared to those kind of decks are not as good, but it was very difficult seeing a singular Flare of Denial. When we had like one or two copies of Flare of Denial, those matches we were able to close out the game pretty well, but most of the times this card was kind of hiding. So maybe that had to do with it. And also, the Philology Archaeologist and the Thundertrap Trainer, they're actually not that good because for our 2-drops, because we play 22 creatures with 16 lands, right? The chances of this actually hitting a non-creature spell is actually fairly low. I think that's also another huge problem with this card. Unlike the Fibblethep gives you a card. The Philology Archaeologist and the Thundertrap Trainer potentially has a chance of missing. So unironically, these cards are actually way worse than the Fibblethep in the deck. That didn't help our case either. And unfortunately, the current meta is at the moment, maybe if the Mardu energy becomes more popular, they're going to take over, and then, you know, the Mono White and the Selesnya deck that plays the Angel, Shepherd, are gonna go away, because right now, if we play against this deck, we're gonna lose, because they have too many planes. So it doesn't care about the Harbinger, which is part of our, like, the kind of a broken thing that we can do in this deck, is the Harbinger of the Seas. So compared to last time I played this deck felt a lot weaker. The Harbinger got weaker as a result of Mono White tokens deck and Selesnya tokens deck playing going around, which isn't good. Unfortunately, the show and tell matchup, it is very close, but we are like a tiny bit slower if we don't draw our Flare of Denials in and some of our creatures. And we also have to have some Chrome Moxes as well, which is asking for a lot, right? They have more ways of accelerating compared to us, so we have to get a bit lucky, mulligan into these to potentially like stay in the game kind of deal. So unfortunately, the deck was, although it was actually pretty cool, but it kind of just fell kind of flat. And not to mention the mana base wasn't particularly great either, because like I kind of want to play 4 Cups of Strip Mines, but as you can see, we're only playing 7 fetch lands at the moment. So we have a 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 fetchable lands. So for us to go up on these cards, it's actually kind of difficult. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool deck, but it was just not it. Like I said, I think our 2-drops are pretty bad because we have a lot of misses. Harbinger is also not as good because the premier combo deck is playing blue, and there's a lot of people playing Shepherd, which is also not good either. So yeah, that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.